Hello, everybody. Good day, everybody. My name is Oyewole Adebayo. They call me Prince Ade of Texas. I'm here all the way from San Antonio, Texas, and I'm here today to talk about a general topic that we think is so popular, but we need a lot of awareness about it because we have friends, family, cousins, niece, and nephew that are really affected by this. Like you always know about us, we try to put it out there for awareness, connecting those dots together. Let me remind you again, this is from the stable of CTD Among Blacks. CTD Among Blacks. We keep connecting the dots every time. Here with me today, I have someone who is an advocate, a warrior, and a founder of an organization. Here with me today, allow her to introduce herself.
Okay, Olayiwola Oluwatimileyin.
Yes, sir.
I'm a sickle cell warrior.
Good.
That's I live with sickle cell disorder.
Mhm.
I'm a sickle cell advocate. I create awareness about sickle cell disorder, and yeah, basically. And then I'm the founder of General Aware International. What we do is we're just a support group for people living with sickle cell
Okay.
disease. That's it.
All right. Okay. Yeah, yeah. We'll still get more into all those what they do and what how they give back to the society. To make it very fast. This is not going to be a long podcast session, but just to make it very fast. Can you quickly, just in a little word, explain what sickle cell disease or disorder means?
Okay, so sickle cell disorder is a genetic condition, a genetic blood condition. It is acquired from the genes of parents that have sickle cell traits,
Hmm.
carriers of sickle cell traits. So, say for instance, you have a father or a man that is AS, and then a woman that is AS, they get married. There's a 25% chance
Okay.
per pregnancy
Oh,
that
okay.
they would have a child that is SS.
Yeah.
So, that SS in itself is what you call sickle cell disorder. There are
Okay.
different types of sickle cell disease, however. Most
Oh,
people
okay.
think it's just SS.
Oh,
But
really? So
yeah,
we got different types, right?
yeah.
Oh, can
But
you mention maybe like one
yeah,
or two?
there's SS, there's SC, there's HB zero
Oh,
thalassemia,
I've
about
never heard about
four
that.
or
Maybe
five
maybe I
different.
didn't really dwell much on it, but I mean,
Yeah,
now
it's just
now.
because HBSS is the most common and most severe form of sickle cell disorder.
Oh,
Then you have HBSC and the others.
oh, okay. So
Yeah.
most likely this comes from the genetic part of the parents, right?
Yeah, parents that are carriers of the sickle cell traits.
Oh, okay. So to quickly move further, do you have like what are the likely features of a sickle cell disorder? I mean, human being.
Proceeded tummy,
Oh,
pale or yellow eyes, pale nail beds as well.
oh.
Basically, just those.
Just some physical features, right?
Yes, some physical
Yeah. Okay.
features.
Is there a cure or treatment or management of the condition?
Yeah, there is a cure, there is a treatment, and there is management.
Like
The
a cure that
yes,
takes you away from the
yes,
genotype? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's called bone marrow transplant, BMT, or stem
Oh.
cell transplant. For now, that's the only cure that we have, although it has its own limits.
Mm.
So that's why you see most people not trying to get cured. They just want
Mm.
to like treat or manage it
Oh.
because curing it costs a lot of money, especially like if you live here in
What do you
this
mean here?
in this part of the world,
What part of the world are we talking
Nigeria.
about?
So yeah,
I believe
it's.
it's the same way everywhere. That's what I believe actually.
I mean, it's just very expensive, and then it has its age limits. It's more
Mm.
effective in children from 16 and below. So if you don't get to do your BMT before you're 16, there are lesser chances of survival,
Mm.
after the procedure. But yeah, there's also management just being registering at a sickle cell clinic very early enough so that after it is detected,
Yeah.
of course, and then there are consultant hematologists who are specialists in
Oh.
blood related conditions
Okay.
that gets to treat you, and they foresee when crisis is impending. So
Mm.
it just helps to like really know that, oh, something is going to be wrong, and then we just attack it before it happens.
Is there anything that activate what do you call it? The
Crisis.
crisis? Yeah.
Yeah, there are triggers. Stress,
Okay.
dehydration,
Oh.
extreme temperature,
Oh. Okay.
either heat or cold. Yeah,
So eat or cold? Oh,
excess
really?
heat,
Excess heat.
excess
Oh.
cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So what are likely preventive measures?
Well, the very first thing is make sure that you're not dehydrated.
Mm.
Always, always drink water. You can't have too much water. That's the truth.
Oh, really?
Especially if you live with sickle cell disorder, then eat vegetables so that your immune system gets boosted. I mean, um, yeah, shield yourself from extreme temperature. Don't be too hot. Don't be too cold. Just make sure that your body temperature is well regulated.
Oh, yeah. You as a warrior yourself, what are the problems or difficulties you think this condition causes for people living with it?
First is stigmatization.
Mm.
And stigmatization actually comes in like so many different ways. Some people think it just has to do with when you are about to get married, and then as a lady, a man is saying, "Oh, it's all good. It's all good that you have sickle cell disorder. It's not a problem." And then 3 weeks later, he's coming to tell you, "Oh, I actually told my mom about you, but she's like,
Mm.
are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really going to marry somebody that has sickle cell disorder?" You know, so stigmatized. Even at places of work, some employers don't just want to employ you because you have sickle
Because
cell
of
disease.
crises
Yeah,
at
because
times.
because they feel like you're not going to always come to work, and I mean their work is going to suffer
Mm.
and all of that. So yeah,
So
stigmatization.
how have you been dealing with those stigmatization?
Well, for me, I've outgrown the effects. Being a sickle cell advocate, I'm always out there. Like, I don't see it as a big deal telling people about it. So, for me to actually come out to say, "Oh, I am a sickle cell warrior," despite that I don't look it.
You
You
don't even look it at all, right? I
I
remember the first time I met you online. I was like, she doesn't look this. Like, how, so is it like you did the preventive measure earlier in the earlier stage of life, or how did you deal with that?
well, there's something called hemoglobin F, the fetal hemoglobin.
Mm.
So this is present in every child that you give birth to. But when the child starts growing, the fetal hemoglobin F, transforms into adult hemoglobin. So say you're A, your hemoglobin F transforms into A.
Hmm.
If you're AS, same thing. So for some of us, the hemoglobin F has not transformed completely. So it is still very much present. I have it in higher percentage, and it is responsible for hiding the traits of sickle cell disorder.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
so
good,
that's why I
good.
don't look it.
So you don't have those physical symptoms you
No, I
talked
don't.
about. I've not seen it, and I'm still trying to look at it.
No, I don't. I don't have
So,
any.
quickly, what would you say to the general public to address the condition as a whole?
Well, I'll just say that make sure that you're genetically compatible with whoever you want to get with. That's like the major prevention for
Mm.
sickle cell
To
disorder.
avoid all those.
Yeah, that's just the major prevention. Although there are informed decisions that you can make
Mhm.
if you're AS and you feel like, "Oh, I'm too invested in this relationship to opt out," there are informed decisions that you can make.
Okay.
The likes of IVF,
Hmm.
amniocentesis, prenatal diagnostics and all of that. But it's just best that you're genetically
When you
compatible.
say prenatal diagnosis,
Diagnostics, yes,
does it mean you can detect if the child will be SS?
yes.
So what are you gonna do at that point?
There's something called medical abortion. That's the term.
Oh,
So basically, they just like abort that pregnancy, and then they hope that
the
you
next one.
conceive again, and then you test
Hmm.
for the next one. But these things are emotionally draining. It stresses the woman out, financially draining as well. So personally, I don't advise it. I would just say best thing is be genetically compatible with who you want to
Compatible.
get with. But
Don't
then
don't be too emotional about it.
yeah, but then
Be realistic.
we will not rule out the fact that there are decisions that you can take.
Oh,
Just reach out to genetic counselors.
yeah. Lastly, I promise you this is the last question. What is your final address to warriors outside there?
Okay, so we know that this is from me to you, warriors. So we know that we're stigmatized, and sometimes it can be really tough. Just like put your chin up, put your head up. You are first a human before you're your genotype. Don't let this limit you. It's not the end of life. It's not a death sentence. Pat yourself on the back, and you can actually do whatever you set your mind to.
Mm. Yeah, you're doing it, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you everybody for being with us through this short session of podcast episode. Thank you also for coming around, Miss Oluwatimileyin. I
Thank
really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
That little time that you've spent with us to help us expatiate and deliberate more on this sickle cell disease. Really appreciate it so much.
Thank
And
you.
for you viewers, you've heard it. One thing I could take out of it personally is be sure that you're genetically compatible. Don't put sentiment into it. Don't put too much emotional feelings into it, because it is better to prevent than to cure. We can prevent this. We can make it work. But even if you're a warrior outside there with sickle cell disease, guess what? You can do it. If she can do it and survive, and she's doing very well with no feet, no symptoms, physical symptoms out there, I'm sure she still have her ups and downs, but guess what? She's surviving. If she's surviving, then you can survive it. Thank you so much for listening to us on this episode. And from this is like I told you, this is from CTD Among Blacks, all the way from Houston, Texas. Well, on the screen right there, you're gonna see our address. I want you to click the address, subscribe to it, share it, tell your friends about it, share it everywhere, let everybody hear, because guess what? Someone around you actually need to hear this. And before we go, finally, how can people reach you on your foundation? I'm sure it's a self finance organization.
Yes,
So how
it
can
is.
people reach you to support and to maybe if they need to ask you questions or something?
Okay, so you can follow us across all our social media platforms. Geno Aware INT. That's Geno Aware INT
Yeah,
across
you're
all
gonna see
social
it on
media
the screen as
platforms.
well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Like I said, don't always give up. The day you give up, that's the day you're a failure. You don't give up, you keep pushing. Thank you so much. Till next time, we see each other. Keep the fire burning. Catch ya.